What's up, citizen? Welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Gideon Degwa. Oh, I forgot. Mnajua tu. This is the Powerhouse Podcast. I go by the name Gideon Degwa with my co-host
Daniel Nyaga. G. Recording here, G. AKA General.
Sasa hizo majie ni za nini?
Naona tuko kwa muziki bwana, nataka kutoa kasongo ye mobali nanga. Hey.
So, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been a minute. Na sisi bado tunasukuma hii serikali ifanye kazi. Msichoke, chukueni kura. Kura ndio itasema. Kura ndio itaamua. Kelele mingi tunaweza piga, lakini kula manze inamaliza kila kitu. Mtu hafai kuwa
watu wachukue kura.
Watu wachukue kura kwa wingi. Niliona mpaka wa Somali washachukua kura na wanasema rais ni Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. Haina shida, bora kura bwana. We don't care who is the president, bora kura.
But we are going to be led by non-Kenyans.
No, they will just help.
Yes. The moment they come in, you cannot tell me you have been living in this country since you are born na ajui president.
Kuna mwingine niliona akiulizwa na Nasra capital city manze ajui Nairobi.
Ajui Nairobi na ako Isili.
Ako Isili.
Anaulizwa, who is the president of Somalia? That one he knows very well. Anajibu without fear or favor, with a lot of nambaka anasema hiyo najua. Acha ulizwe Kenya. Anauliza ni Uhuru. Uhuru alitoka. Anaitwa nani huyo jamaa? Anaanza kusema Raila.
Baba bwana.
Anyway, we need to take care of our country. We don't have to take politics to that level. And for Kasongo even to get those votes, it's going to take a lot of time to bring those people into the line. Kama mtu if that guy shows that he really doesn't care, if he is indeed Kenyan, that shows he doesn't even care who is president or who is.
We hata angaliangi gazeti,
watch news. Alisema tu akiingia kwa mtandao ni TikTok. Anaangalia Somalia wanasema aje, and that's it. Anajifurahisha. It's not a matter of profiling.
Wewe chukua kura, utajua prezo baadaye bwana. Chukua kura kwanza. Chukua kura.
But we cannot let ourselves to be led, our leaders to be chosen by non-Kenyans. The other day, I saw Mr. Robert Alai. Maybe bwana director unaweza tuwekea hiyo tweet. He said that a lot of foreigners have taken our jobs. Ukienda Ngong Road unapatana na vijana wengi wamebeba tungumu na kahawa. Ukiuliza jamaa ajui Kiswahili, ajui Kizungu. Bana, the guy is a Burundian. So he was saying our foreigners wameingia, they have taken our jobs za vijana. Sasa wao ndo wanatengeneza ngumu, wao ndo wanatengeneza kahawa kwa mjengo, wao ndo wanafanya. They are comfortable with any money that you're giving them and they are not complaining. Sio kama sisi the Kenyan youths. So unapata sasa majob zenye mahasla wa Kenya wanafaa kupata, they are being taken away by these guys. Na hao watu ukimtumia pesa kwa M-Pesa itaingia.
Itaonyesha Nyakunyanyinzi. Evans Nyakunyanyinzi.
No, sometimes inatoka jina
ya Kikenya. Sini mwenye sasa amewapea hizo ndoo sasa. Inaingia
Rotich, inaingia Kamau.
Kamau ameona wa Kenya mna maringo, mtaki kuuza ngumu.
Inaingia Salasia.
Salasi yako. Juu sasa Salasi ameona wa Kenya mtaki kuuza ngumu. Kazi yenu ni kasongo yo. Mobali nanga.
But politics aside, you know, in the long term, we may end up having a situation which we cannot control. Because Kenyans, we are not many compared to the rest of the world.
we are the ones to blame ourselves, because kama tungekuwa tunauza kahawa then tusemange manzi walitutoa kwa business ya kahawa.
Si walikuwa nauza Waluya kutoka Kawangware ndo walikuwa nauza hiyo kahawa.
Mimi tangu nianze kunywa kahawa na ngumu nimeishi kuuziwa na nyikulunzi ndianzi.
Stop lying. Yes. Waluya from Kawangware hao ndo wameishi kusupply ngumu na kahawa kwa mijengo huko Kilimani for the longest time that I've been working around those areas.
Na mwisho ni nini? Smoky na mayai. Ati hiyo sasa wako down, to earth. Kuna mtu
hizo Smoky na mayai, these foreigners are taking over.
If we continue relaxing.
So kama ulikuwa unauza dhao in a day, you end up selling 500 in a day. Because now the market has not increased, but the supply has increased.
Yeah.
So who is suffering? As the indigenous, we the Kenyans. But anyway, hatujaanza hata show. We have started complaining. It's not complaining.
That is the nature now in Kenya.
It is not complaining. It's just saying what it is. And that is where we are heading. And our president does not even care. Talking about, let's just jump into the conversation. Now talking about foreigners. And the president opening our borders. Recently, there has been an increase in insecurities along our borders. Like for example, the other day, 6 policemen were killed in Garissa. Day after that, an official, a high-ranking official in, was it Mandera? Yes, Mandera County, was abducted and killed. After that, the same month, this month, in Lamu, there were over 100 gunmen who claimed that they are Al-Shabaab. They entered into a village, wakaita mkutano, wakaita watu, wakaweka pamoja. They addressed the people and they told them that they are Al-Shabaab and they are going to come back. Na wakawapatia tende. You know tende? Zile za kukula. And then they went. So, and our president does not even care. He's just saying, tufungue border, tupatie watu ID, and when the likes of Natembea comes out and says, you know what, this is wrong. And as you can see, it is wrong. Now the rate of insecurity has gone up, especially in those border areas. Sahi, wale chiefs, you remember that time the president was in Northeastern, 5 chiefs were abducted. Till today, hawajai patikana. And the president moved on with his life. Bora he got the cheers and he believed that he got the numbers and he left and he created that perception that yeye ni babe katika hizo eneo. But at what cost?
But did the president open borders? Really?
Yes, he did.
He just said watu wa Northeastern wapewe chance bila maswali mingi, wapewe ID.
Exactly. The moment you say that, how do you differentiate between a Somali in Kenya and a Somali from Somalia?
But it has nothing
If the villagers cannot come in for that vetting, you know, the vetting is comprised of the chief, the elders, the villagers, you know that panel. So by the time you are being approved, the panel must know you very well. You get? So the moment you remove that, what stops a Somali to come to Kenya and get an ID? Because Chief Ayuko, the villager, the elder in the village, Ayuko.
But how did the Somali get from Somali to Kenya? That is the big question.
how does an Al-Shabaab comes from Somalia, gets into Kenya, kills policemen, and goes back to Somalia?
Yeah.
The same way they came in and killed people is the same way they will come in and get an ID.
So what I'm saying is, the issue is not on the president pronunciation of free ID.
That's an issue.
But the issue is at the border, who allowed.
That's an issue.
So there should be more measures at the border, not to allow people to come in or go out from Kenya and in Kenya. But the issue is not about the president saying you can get ID.
That one I agree.
Because
and we can both agree that there is a problem there.
Yeah, but it was not brought by the president.
If there is a problem there, why escalate the problem further? Because the moment you say that, yes, you have identified that there is a problem, foreigners are coming in through our borders and we are unable to control it. So why escalate it and say we remove the vetting so that now the foreigners can even continue to come and get IDs?
Because maybe to me, in that process there are some people used to benefit about it. Safara ni Msomali wa Kenya kamili, lakini anapelekwa panel hapa, kuna mtu anataka kubenefit out of it. Lazima utoe kitu, lazima ufanye hivi ndio upate ID. So he was saying like that innocent Somali who is a Kenyan, mbona apitizwe hiyo yote, kwenda wache ishe.
But you see, you don't do that. You improve the process. You don't remove the process completely, because now you leave the country exposed. Yes, you want to give them IDs, and even myself, yes, I also acknowledge that every Kenyan should be given an ID. But here comes a problem. There is no a clear way on how you can identify a Kenyan Somali and a Somali.
Yes, you cannot.
You cannot, exactly, and you agree. So the moment you remove that process, you leave the rest of the country exposed. And what happens? You see, these people, they don't bomb, they don't kill Kenyans from Tharaka-Nithi. They don't kill Kenyans from Meru. They don't kill Kenyans from Kitui. Have you ever had a terror attack in Kitui? It's very rare. So what do they first attack? They attack the people in the border. They kill their fellow Somalis in Garissa, in Mandera, in Lamu. Those are areas where you hear...
In Mogadishu.
Yes, those are the areas where you hear terror attacks are happening a lot. And to some extent, they come in, it's leave. You remember the other day when the current CSL...
Yeah, they are very performing.
We will go to that. I don't worry. The current CSL. And he was saying, he was telling Al-Shabaab, do not bomb Isli, go and bomb Machakos. Because when you bomb Isli, you are bombing our fellow Somalis.
You are bombing your brothers.
Yes. And that's a leader saying that. So that shows that these people wanajificha mahali wa Somali wako, because you cannot differentiate. So mahali wako ndo wanabonga.
To me it is, I still insist it is on security issues and those people at the border, because even if you do that interview,
exactly, we both agree.
If Al-Shabaab knows that if I have 20,000 I can get that ID, it even becomes easier for him.
No, it becomes difficult, because if it was easier, it could have been what do you call it? It could be the Al-Shabaab could have entered this country in a big way.
But they have been entering in a big way.
No, it's not in a big way.
What they did in Garissa University, how did they get?
Yes.
Yet there were those now.
And those measures.
There were those measures.
Those measures helped us not to have non-Kenyan terrorists who comes in, takes a Kenyan ID, and goes outside there and does his terrorism, and the international community takes it as if it's Kenyans who are doing the terrorism. Those actions were brought in during Kibaki's time.
But we have always been bombed. Anyway,
Yes, we
however
have
we
always
take
been
it,
bombing.
we have been having to see it sijui gani. As in, it is a security issue and it has
Yes,
nothing to do with the president pronunciation of sijui
It
to remove
has-
all those.
If you
because-
remove that, you don't see the risk. If you remove that,
Because when
If you
Al-Shabaab
remove-
has decided lazima to bomb KICC, it is the government measures that should be taken to make sure that does not happen. Otherwise, wakiamua, they have all the ways, even to get inside the country without even that ID. Very well, na wafanye hiyo kazi. So
and that's why we
security,
have our NIS.
Security
That's why we
plays-
have our intelligence security system.
security plays a big role, and sidani ya pronunciation hiyo ya Zakayo imecause. It's just like
It
any
has
other
caused.
attack. We
You
have-
know,
this is not the first
since
one.
Uhuru's time,
Uhuru kwanza yake
Since
imeibuliwa
Uhuru's
mara
time.
I think tatu.
yes, since Uhuru's time hakuja kuwa na hizo attacks za Al-Shabaab after the Dusit and the Garissa one, hakuja kuwa na hizo
Hey, watu wamelipuliwa kwa mipaka, hata ulikuwa unasikia sijui nini zile za chini zinaitwa nini?
hakuja kuwa na hizo major.
Hey, wewe huko una follow.
Sisi tuambie kamera ndio hii. Me, I don't know.
You don't know.
Yes.
By the way, in the same northeastern, even before Uhuru, kulikuwa kunawekwa hii ni
Mimi nasema
dynamite.
after Uhuru.
Yeah, after Uhuru, before
Yes.
before
I know
we-
before Uhuru, actually in Kibaki's time it was.
I'm saying
very,
before William Ruto.
Very worse.
Before William Ruto, we used to see in the news.
By the time Kibaki anasema now we need to go to Somalia, it was becoming
Hata before tufunge, kuna
it was
watu
becoming worse.
before even the election, we used to have a lot of zinaitangwa dynamite ama nini zile za kulipuka from zilikuwa mingi sana
And that's why I'm
in
saying.
northeastern, in Lamu.
That's why I'm saying giving out policies that will escalate that insecurity matter further, it's a risk to the country. If you can't see it, unfortunately,
As for me, unfortunately, I can't see it.
it's okay if you can't see it. I can't force you to see
Yeah, it is not there.
The moment they will come in very northern, they bomb very northern.
Al-Shabaab
Using
have
a
always
Kenyan
been
ID.
coming. They have always been coming. And they have not even been using the Kenya ID. They have been bombing as Al-Shabaab.
They have been using Kenyan ID. Remember the other day they abducted an engineer, a Chinese,
Like those one who are
who had those Al-Shabaab had Kenyan ID.
those who are killed at Dusit, were they having Kenyan ID?
No,
Yet they got into Dusit, they did their work. Like, it is unfortunate event that happens in a country, and no country is immune.
unfortunately, if you can't see it, there are a lot of factors that are involved in giving a foreigner an ID. Because these people, the moment you give them an ID, they become Kenyans. So they are entitled to whatever you are entitled to. They are entitled to education, they are entitled to water, they are entitled to land, they are entitled to food and security. The moment they get into our country, they will start fighting with the locals in terms of resources. If you can't see that, you can't force you to see it.
I
And
don't-
that's why I'm saying the Burundians, right now, they are taking jobs which belongs to Kenyans. They are fighting for resources that belongs to Kenyans. As if Burundi hawezi tengeneza ngumu, Burundi hawezi tengeneza chai. That's you, because you're in government, it is okay. Anyway, let's move on. Cabinet reshuffle. It has happened.
And it brought a lot of glory to people, us people of Mbeere North.
Yes, but
We are happy, and I want to take this chance to thank His Excellency the President William Kasongo Samoei Kipchirchir Ruto for giving us a chance since independence, Better North has never ever produced a minister.
Bana kwani
Now,
CS Muturi ametoka wapi? Si
neighbor, do you know where he lives? Neighbor wa Ruto where? Especially people of Getibole. Getibole location, Getibole sub-location, Siani village. A very tiny village called Siani. Mr. President, you have made Siani a big village in the map of Kenya, and we want to thank you. You have picked the best. Ruto is more expert than even Joho combined with Bandi and the rest. This is an expert.
Bana, should I disclose?
And you have done the best.
Should I disclose?
Ruto is going to turn around. Ruto is a game changer of this country. Watch and see, Mr. President. I know very soon you'll start asking people of Siani and Better North, can I have another son to help me? And I'm ready. I'm ready there for that. Thank you, Mr. President. We can proceed.
So, Ruto has been appointed.
Yes.
The CS.
CS for public service.
Now that shows that there are going to be a by-election
in Better North.
In Better North. What is your expectation?
Politically, Mr. President knows what he's doing. He wants to take this chance. You know, it is not in Nyeri, it's not in Murang'a, and it's not in Kiambu. He wants to test the influence from far. Nione what was
Mount Kenya East.
What was can they do? Ni nini wananichukia sana. Ni test from that. I think he has forced it. He knows what he wants. Si ati imekuja by mistake ati ajui na hii by election itakugonga.
I think what he was doing, he wanted to calm the situation. One, he knew if removing Muturi and not replacing with somebody else from Mount Kenya could have brought a lot of, now the broken marriage could have been broken further.
Okay, that is according to you. I'll tell you to the local level how I take it.
Yes. So he needed to replace him with somebody from the east side, not from Bele, from the east side. He could have chosen somebody else, but he chose.
Why choose Ruto?
He chose Ruto because one, he wants to disseminate the DP party. Because Ruto is the only member of parliament that was elected under DP. So the moment you remove that, umetoa DP completely from the government,
but
as an elective position. And rumors have it, this DP, Gachagua might be taking the party, or he has another party, but iko tu hapo katikati. So maybe the president knows what we don't know, na anataka kumaliza hiyo chama kabisa.
Sasa, on my take about that,
Yes.
DP is not a big. It was not such a big party.
Yes.
To bother the president.
Yes, but
actually,
the moment there are rumors that Gachagua is taking over that party, it becomes.
But with one MP anyway. So
it becomes a very important party.
Actually, the MP who was a DP,
yes,
who was from Democratic Party, ended up being more loyal to Kenya Kwanza than the party leader. Yes. So I don't see that the DP was a big threat to the president, so that he can even plan how to abolish it. Locally, what I think the president is doing, he is ready to take it is not even the risk. Hii ni kama umerushiwa, it's ready to take the bullet now. He want to see how deep the bullet can go and he want to make that test through Mount Kenya East, na akachagua hiyo Mbeere North kwa sababu he did it deliberately. If you are a president and you fear embarrassment, you wouldn't pick an MP and be ready for a by-election. That is one thing you should not risk, having learned from Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So why did William Ruto risk having a by-election? Because he want to test how far are the people of Mount Kenya, both east and west, but now he starts from east. How far have they are they fed up with my campaigns? Are they fed up with my politics? Are they fed up with my leadership? And I want to throw that dice and see what will happen. In the event,
so according to you,
because in the event,
Uda will take the position.
No, in the event, I don't know who will take, but in the event the president candidate does not pick to be the MP, it does not come with a lot of uchungu than if it was deep in Mount Kenya like Nyeri, Kiambu and Murang'a. Atakuwa amelana lesson kama hiyo ni east na nimelimwa, then now I need. But akiwin, ataanza kiburi ya kutaka kuingia na kufanya anything that he want without fear. He will say that now I want to test Murang'a ndani nione. So that is my take. Hiyo ndio
analysis. Mimi nafikiria ni juu ya chama ya DP. But anyway, si tutaona by election.
I think even
August.
Roko even might not be there as a minister for long.
He's going to be fired.
Maybe.
You know, since President Ruto came into power, he has done 6 announcements and 5 changes
in the
cabinet.
Ni ground manzi, ni ground inakuwa moto.
Within 2 years. So that means if you are given a portfolio, you manage that portfolio in 6 months. Before you set ushatolewa.
You are reshuffled or
before
meda.
ushatolewa.
Ni ground manzi, ni moto. Leadership is not kitu rahisi.
No, I think the problem is the leadership of William Ruto. He chose to reward loyalty and forgot about what about the real job. You know, technocrats. The only technocrat who is left in that cabinet, ule jamaa wa Meru, ule the guy for water. He's for water. Yes, water.
Yes. And he's doing good work.
Kakijala tu yeye ametulia tu hapo haongei, defend gava, yeye yuko tu.
Ako kazi.
Bora mshahara inaingia.
Huyo sasa that is the definition of technocrat.
Technocrat.
Yes.
And Ruto needs such kind of people. They deliver. You know, watu kama hao, you cannot even discuss them. You cannot even hate them. How do you hate somebody you don't know?
He does not even appear in news.
They don't anger Kenyans. You see, the moment the Gen Z revolution came, it came because of people like Murkomen. They are outside there
with 1 million worth,
2 million worth of watch, 1 million belt. You see, with such people in your cabinet, what do you expect? But anyway, there's something that
in that leadership, you must manage politics, leadership. Politics, I think for Kasongo, it has never balanced. He keeps on trying to balance.
No, I think it's more political than being a leader. Anything that Kasongo does,
it is a political movement.
Yes, must have a political move, and he must have a political gain. But he forgets that there is work
and leadership.
And there is work, which is leadership, and there is politics. You see, like right now when he says that tutajenga kanisa mpaka hao mashetani wajue kuna Mungu.
Au wenye wana
how marafiki wa shetani. So basically he says Gen Z, because who are opposing to the president giving those donations to the church, it's the young people. So the moment, and the church. So the moment huyu jamaa anajipiga kifua anasema we are going to do it whether you like it or not, I don't care. He fails to recognize that there is that part of politics, because you want to take the mileage of
the Christians,
of the congregation yenye iko kwa hiyo church. That's political move. But in terms of leadership, you know, it's a shame when the NCSK inaitwaje hii bodi ya kina Ole Sapit ya ACK,
NCSK.
Yes, when it comes, it's shameful for them to go to that mile of even giving guidelines on how church services should be conducted, on how politicians should be treated. And then you find a politician like Kimani Ichung'wah coming out and saying, I'm an accountant, and because I'm an accountant, it accounts for accountability. So chenye natoa lazima nitangaze for accountability purposes.
I agree with them as an accountant, I agree.
But you see, this is not the house. This is not parliament.
But now
this is the church.
You see,
you are in the pulpit.
I might come as a politician. Nitoe milioni 3.
Yes, nyamaza.
Then nani pastor atagonga na wanagoja kanisa ijengwe.
Nyamaza.
Atakula ya milioni 2 na adanganye. By the way atadanganya kwa meza wakiwa meeting na komiti yake. Atasema by the way nyaka mlimuona hapa politician alitoa milioni 1 man.
So basically what you are saying is,
yes, accountability.
Basi organize your own harambee. So you want your money to be recognized and to be accounted for. Organize your own harambee. Hawa wenye church wamesema usinitangazie, mimi sitaki kujua sadaka yako.
But wanataka
usinitangazie. It's upon you kama utatoa ama hautatoa. Hakuna mtu anakukuja anakuwekea gari. Toa milioni 20, Mr. President. Toa.
Lakini sasa mbona uniwekee vikwazo kwa kutoa na Mungu amesema tutoe bwana?
Toa lakini usitangaze.
Wapi imesema usitangazwe bwana?
Imesema
si ni mimi.
The right hand should not know, is it the right or the left?
Whichever hand.
The right and the left should not know whatever the right.
But who will judge that? Si ni Mungu. Si kama niko na kiburi.
Si Mungu, si tunaona. Tunaona unatangaza na nimekuambia mimi ndio pastor, mimi ndio apostle, I'm conducting the service. Nimekuambia my friend, hakuna mtu amekukataza. Ukitaka kutoa shilingi 1 toa. Ukitaka kutoa milioni 2 toa. Ukitaka kutoa milioni 20, that's upon you. Toa. Lakini usitangaze. Ukitaka kutangaza, organize your own kaharambe, ita mbugi yako hapo nje, tangaza.
Na ndio maana Kimani hakurudi mahali kulikatazwa, hakuwa ACK.
Alikuwa hapo kwa church.
But si ACK, ACK ndio imesema.
But now you see,
so alisema hizo kanisa zinasema tusitangaze, mimi nitatanga, na mahali alisema atatangaza, congregants were okay. Yes.
And that is the problem that you are having. Now you want to divide even the church.
No.
Kila
church ikae na principles zake. Si nyinyi mmesema tusitangazwe. Mimi nitaenda kwenye nataka kutangaza na wameruhusu nitangaze. Nitatoa huko.
2027 haikomba. You can never win a fight against the church.
When ni nani? And then again you cannot dictate people how they are going to worship and give to their Lord.
There is no way ACK inakwambia this is wrong. Wewe unasema it's right. The Catholic comes in, tells you this is wrong. While you still insisting that this is right. So you pick your friends kama akina Jesus Winner, who we all know
si bora ni church.
It's money laundry. There is no way you can give 120 million unaniambia unajenga kanisa.
Kanisa ni expert. Nyinyi unajua mjui kanisa
ni. Watu si wajinga bana.
Kusimamisha kanisa?
Watu si wajinga. Simamisha kanisa lakini watu si wajinga bana. 120, do you know what is 120 million? Si ujenge mashule basi.
Hapo kanisa watu wasiworship. Unajua mnanishangaza.
Jenga mashule bana.
Na ndio maana kiongozi anasema hiyo ni spirit mbaya.
Tu kwa 2020 you can never win a fight.
By the way, and you can never get into a fight on how we are going to worship God. If you get to that level,
that is where we are heading, and that is what the president wants.
And that is dangerous.
Kwa sababu wanaona hizi Protestants, kwa sababu hizo zinakuwa ni biashara za watu binafsi, huko ndiko tutaenda.
because during
and
campaigns,
that's why utaona this guy will not go to SK, he will not go to Catholic.
yes, because SK inakuanga na mutaratara.
Yes.
Na ikikataa si unaenda kwa Protestant.
Enda ukaconfuse hapo.
Na that is a freedom of worship. Kama protesters wanakudai na wanafanya hiyo 20 million, it is in the constitution for the freedom of worship. Tusianze kujaji mtu akienda winners na ametoa 20 million na hajaulizwa.
And that's why
because he has freedom kutoa na worship in that way.
But the moment you do that, kuna vijana hana kazi,
giving is part of worship.
Mtu amelala njaa, and that's why unaona watu wanaenda even to invade the church.
Sasa na hapo ndio
tunao saa hii imefika mahali Jesus week na kila Sunday
lazima kuwe na police.
Which is bad. What kind of religion is that? What kind of Christianity is that?
And where are we going?
It was very easy for the president to give out that money, ambie Jesus, ambie what Pastor Mwai, because at the end of the day ni money round. Pastor Mwai nimeweka kitu hapo, you account for it. Asitangaze raia ingekuwa ina
lakini sasa hizo
right now church yake akienda kila Sunday kuko na GSU. Now what kind of
lakini sasa mbona watu hasira zao zilimit venye watu wanafaa kuworship?
Kuna hasira kwa sababu this president does not understand watu wana kazi, watu wana hajakula siku mbili, alafu you shamelessly you come in front of the camera you seme nimetoa 120 million kujenga kanisa.
Hatutaenda kanisa. And that's why the president is angry.
Yes. And that's why the Kenyans are very angry.
And that is very bad when you limit people on how they are going to worship until you invade somewhere because
yes,
a certain kiongozi alitoa 20 million. That is bad.
If
spiritually that is bad.
No.
And that is
we both know
when you take it to that level we are raising a very bad bad generation.
Who is the common factor here? Who is the common factor?
There is no common factor. It is themselves.
It's the president.
Why? Because of taking sadaka.
Yeye ni anatoa na wananchi wanamwambia this is
usitoe.
Wrong. Toa lakini usitangaze.
Which now that is limitation.
Kwani lazima utangaze?
By the way, people need to understand that
is very wrong.
People need to learn that giving is a form of worship.
You know, it's very
in the constitution there is freedom of worship.
Yes.
Giving itself, and let people understand here, giving itself, that giving and thanksgiving and even free will offering is a form of worship. So the moment you tell me don't give this way, you are coming into my freedom.
Do you know what?
So if I go,
do you know how many boreholes? So 120 million inaweza tengeneza huko Mandera. And you shamelessly, you come in front of a camera, unasema nimepatiana 120 million.
So people should not give.
Give and give silently.
Why should I
give silently?
But it is my right, it is my giving. By the way, people
that
are very...
that is mocking the poor people. You are mocking the poor people.
That is not mocking.
Mtu anakunywa matope. Listen to this. Mtoto anakunywa matope in Mandera.
Giving to the Lord. For the church work.
Who is the Lord?
Hey.
Who is the Lord? Ushaona Mungu amekujia sadaka?
Hivyo ndivyo unagojeanga. Why think like that?
Unaona Mungu akikujia sadaka? Saidia maskini.
Even in the time
of maskini, Mungu utakuwa umefurahisha Mungu zaidi.
Even in the time of.
And that's why it's
kwa Bible mwaiona Mungu amekujia sadaka.
And that's why inasemekananga it is going to be very difficult. Tajiri kuingia mbinguni compared to ngamia kuingia katika nini shimo la sindano.
Kwa sababu matajiri
because of such punitive, such very minute and very pedestrian way of doing things.
The reason why Jesus said that is because he asked a tajiri.
It's because of people like Kasongo.
Aliuliza tajiri atoe pesa apeleke mahali kama hapo akakataa. If a tajiri can do that, can take 120 million.
Aezi toa 120 million asaidie
kama anapeleka kanisa Mandera. That one is a good tajiri.
To kama amechukua 120 million akapatia Pastor Mwai, so that makes
it is not Pastor Mwai, it is for the work of the Lord, bwana.
Bana, we are not stupid. Watu si wajinga.
Church are being built, bana.
Watu si wajinga.
Kama si wajinga, bana. Kama utaki kwenda kanisa, kaa nyumbani na uache kusumbua wenye wanatoa sadaka.
That's why keep on invading those churches. Yes.
And there is nothing you are going to do. Even me, God bless me.
Wakisimamiwa na GSU mpaka 2027.
And no problem. Bora pesa itoke bana. We cannot go to an extent of...
You see the way of reasoning that bora pesa itoke.
Kanisa ijengwe. Kanisa ijengwe bana. We cannot stay at home like useless people who do not know the power of God.
You are unapatiana 120 million.
Yes. Kanisa ijengwe bana.
Mahali Kirinyaga mwana police station inafungwa juu ya rent.
We have MPs there with 180 million per year. What are they doing? MP huko wanafanya nini?
Watoto wanakunywa
women there wanafanya nini hiyo MP ikifungwa na ni kwake? Why are people blaming a person because that is very bad?
And we move on.
It should stop. Poor thinking.
Yes, it should stop.
People going even to invade a church?
Yes.
Because I'm worshiping.
Invading those churches.
Shame on you people. Can you grow up?
Shame on you, Mr. President.
Grow up.
Shame on you,
and
Mr.
go to
President.
church and take your 10 bob there.
Shame on you, Mr. President. Watoto wanakunywa matope na unapatiana 120 million.
We have
add another 20 million yenye ulipatiana the other Sunday. Another 20 million on the consecutive Sunday. So kila Sunday uko na 20 million tu ya kupatiana. Lakini uone watoto wanalala wanalala nje.
Kwa nini Kiharu hawakunywi maji ya matope? The MPs are useless in those constituencies. They have money, they are not.
Shame on you.
It's not the work of the president to pay watu maji safi bana.
It's the work of the president.
Be like Kiharu. Kiharu is doing good. Kiharu people are not drinking matope. Then MP anasimama hapo na 180 million kusema tunakunywa matope. Ati juu rais ametoa 120 million. Shame on you, MP. Useless. You have 180 million in your pocket. Can you assist?
As a leader, you should not sit down and watch such kind of
You cannot evade someone's freedom to worship, but that is unnecessary. It is in the Constitution.
Worship, you give, don't announce. We have said it. Don't announce.
That announcing is part of diminishing my freedom of worship. You cannot. That's very bad.
Haya, as we continue, Bwana CS Treasury amesema is going to start tolling roads. Si kama expressway venye iko. Anataka kukuwa analipisha hizi barabara zingine. Bana, what's wrong with this guy?
A growing economy start like that. To revive an economy, an economy that was on its knees.
How do you even start charging liquor super high?
Because you have never been to other countries that are charging. Now to us,
how many countries have you been?
I've visited, I think, outside Africa.
Who are charging?
I won't mention Africa, but outside Africa, I've visited more than 11 countries that are charging tolls. And it is normal. But as in Africa, specifically in Kenya, because you have never seen that.
You collect more taxes.
We see it
so
as
that you can withdraw 120.
By the way, it happens.
1.3 trillion in cash.
And it does not start
here. You can
here.
go and give 120 million in charge. Stop it.
The problem is people think like the way we think pastors should not have lunch in their homes just because they serve the Lord. The same way we think that just because the president is the president, we think that he should be poor. He should be poor. Any money that he takes out, it is money from wananchi. Since 1992, Kasongo has been employed. Yes. Let me use that. Is he that foolish that he has never invested anything? That any money that he takes out of his pocket, any money he takes out of his pocket.
I agree with you, is that trillionaire.
Yes. Let us not reason like the way I pity the pastors and those people in leadership of the church that ukiona pastor na gari unaanza kuteta as if pastors should never have lunch and should never eat, should never have their own cars. That is
Pastor Moi really needed the
that is poor mentality.
He needs to eat. He
needed
the
same way president since 1992 amekuwa kazi
pioneers,
and I don't think that he is very useless in investment. Hata ukakuwa useless, you can even borrow ideas from your friends. Tuseme you are worse in investment. I don't think hajawahi invest mahali that can generate income. So any income that you see from a politician, from a president, from deputy president, it does not necessarily account to your money. Hata yeye ni mwanadamu na hata yeye ni mtu kama wengine, anaweza fanya biashara zake. So let us not have that very backwardness and poor mentality. Any money you see with your MP, you think he has taken from the CDF. It might be true or not true. He has his companies, he has his businesses.
We are working with might be. The good thing you have mentioned it.
Yes, but
Might
you don't conclude everything.
Until proven otherwise.
That is very bad.
We are going with might be. It is what it is. You withdraw 1.3 trillion in cash. Okay, you start by tolling roads, then so that you can charge and tax Kenyans more. You withdraw 1.3 trillion, and then you take that money, you go and take Pastor Moi because he needs to eat, you give him 120 million, and then upigiwe makofi. Congratulations, Mr. President. You are doing very well. Ground iko sawa. We can move on.
We should actually.
We have talked about the cabinet shuffle. Now, talking about the money that the president is going to use. He's going to use a lot of money. As you have stated, it's from his investment. He's going to do Mount Kenya tour.
Yes.
Nasikia huko pesa itamwagwa vizuri. Ishamwagwa tayari.
Wewe unasikia tu.
Ishamwagwa tayari.
The good thing ni kusikia. Yes. Sisi tuko kwa ground, hatujasikia. Hatujasikia, tunashindwa ni pesa gani hiyo inasemekana Nairobi tunakula. Sisi hatuioni.
Si wewe uko Nairobi.
Nairobi gani? Mimi sasa hivi nimefika kutoka Mbeere. I even have a meeting at 3 with my outgoing and incoming CS in Mbeere CDF office to discuss on who is going to take over.
But watch what you say. It might be used against you.
You can call Ruto if you have his number, and
it is used good. People may think that you have that since you are meeting the CS, you are in a very privileged position.
But I am. Kwani is it?
Oh, you are.
Yes.
Whatever you say might be.
Don't I look rich? What are you people trying to say? I don't look rich.
It might be used against you.
Use it times 10, man. I'm in government, and Ruto is in government. We are there to stay. Or am I looking like a poor boy from Turkana? No.
At least you acknowledge that Turkana people are poor, which is not a good thing. Anyway, what were we talking about? Yes, Mount Kenya tour.
Yes.
The president has been having several meetings
in State House. Yeah, with the people of Mount Kenya.
Kupanga kazi.
Yes. Ndio tuwe hiyo ground. Wamonyoro is silent. I don't know why he's not speaking.
Wamonyoro is not silent. Yesterday he was in Kajiado, impromptu meeting.
And I saw him saying that he has no problem with the president if he completed the pending projects.
That's what a wise man does.
So Wamonyoro is wise.
That's what a wise man does. That's what a politician does.
Okay.
Kama I saw yesterday CS of sports ameenda pale Nyeri kwa katika ile uwanja.
Hata Nyeri.
Nyeri, alienda Nyeri.
Ruringo
Stadium. Amesema sasa saa hii hata haitakuwa it was initially supposed to carry, was it 5,000 people? Now it's going to be 15,000.
Na inaanza next week.
Na apparently, coincidentally, it has to start when the president is coming. Apparently, coincidentally, the same president launched that project akuwa DP. Hakuna kitu ilifanyika. Last year, 2013, was it 2023? 2023 was the year. It was 2023. Akasema 2023 on was it on February? Alikuwa huko. Akasema contractor mpya ameingia,
anakuja
by December mwaka huu, that is 2023. December mwaka huu itakuwa imeisha.
Tulifanyaje budget? Budget tulifanyaje?
The same stadium. December mwaka huu itakuwa imeisha. 7 years down the line.
last year.
Alitoka hapo akatoka na contract.
Last year tulifanyaje budget? Si tulisema tutaki.
Hatutaki nini?
Budget.
Nani hawataki?
Si
Then stop announcing.
but
Why announce kama hakuna pesa?
My point is,
na unakuja na contractor na
sasa ndio tunaingia another budget. Sasa ndio budget ya yenye itasomwa nini na
what if ikikataliwa tena?
Sasa tutagoja tena. Kwani tutafanya? Mambo ni kupanga. Sasa tutagoja tu.
Why come and announce na useme niko na contractor tayari,
yes,
ameanza kazi, and you know completely very well.
No, he didn't know itakataliwa.
Hakuna kitu kama hiyo.
Si mlikataa budget.
When before that time,
nikipanga budget
alikuwa anajua akona budget ama
hana. If I tell my wife,
no listen, alikuwa anajua akona budget ama hana.
Si ndio alikuwa na allocate,
anajua akonayo ama hana.
Alikuwa anajua inaingia budget na atapangia hii.
Na kuja na contractor alikuwa analipwa na mawe.
Kwani analipwa hapo hapo?
Alikuwa analipwa na mawe.
Kwani analipwa hapo hapo? Si analipangwa afterwards.
Why go on top of a car? Say that by December mwaka huu.
That is what he knew because
imeisha.
Alikuwa na mkakati. If I tell my wife by the December mwaka huu utakuwa na simu. But why
the good thing
but why do people who
I like people from Mount Kenya because they are reasonable.
But before even
they
you continue,
reasonable people.
Before even you continue, why do people just do not want to be told the truth about issues that are fact? So when they are criticizing, as far as I'm criticizing something about the government.
Let me ask you: has the government been taking taxes? Did it stop because the people say that we don't want the finance bill?
There is no plan now. When you did
also, where has that money been going? You want us to talk facts?
Yes, we talk facts.
Let's talk facts. Has the government stopped taking taxes from Kenyans?
No, it has not.
So where is that money going? Because you are saying there is no plan.
To other sensitive project because ile yenye iliwekwa ilikataliwa, so they are becoming with zinaitangwa aje zile supplementary budget za kumaliza zenye tunaweza fanya.
Yeah.
So when Rulingo is not part of what tunaweza fanya haraka
so that
it was kept aside.
So that supplementary budget.
Yeah.
You see, for you to have a supplementary budget, you must have a budget. Ndio ikue hii budget haijatosha, we want supplement, tunataka kuongezewa kwa sababu hii haitoshi. Sasa so for you to have a supplementary, you must have a budget. So the moment umekuja hapo unatuambia nimekuja na contractor mpya,
sasa wacha kutosha. Hii hata ilikataliwa. Hata wewe unasema tuongeze.
By December imekataliwa. Yeah. So then why have a supplementary budget if you don't have a budget?
Because venye umesema kama hii hajatosha,
wewe unaokota tu pesa.
Venye umesema kama hii hajatosha, live alone kutosha,
unapelekea
hata
haikufanyika. And then you say na construct sijui state house.
So let us wait for the next budget and Rulingo will be part of that budget. And if Gen Z wakuja waseme hatutaki hiyo pia in totality, Rulingo will have to wait for another.
So Gen Z walisema wataki finance bill, but pesa ya kutengeneza state house iko, lakini ya Rulingo haiko.
Yeah, those are things that need urgent attention.
Yeah.
Yes. So state house is the what? Is so the image.
The way state house was.
Bana Rulingo before the king of what? Netherlands. Afike Rulingo alipitia wapi?
Let me ask you.
Did he go to Rulingo?
State house was state house leaking?
That is the state.
Was it leaking?
Whether leaking or not, that is the first image.
Was it like JKIA that the state house was leaking?
JKIA,
it needed some urgent renovation.
But mulisema inauzwa.
Not only this state house in Mombasa,
yes,
state house in Nakuru,
those are urgent. And when he wanted urgent, when you get to Nairobi, you pass through JKIA. When he came out with a plan
Lalanga zote in the same day.
When he wanted to come up with a plan to renovate JKIA, tulisemaje? Anauza.
Alikuwa anauza. Si ati tulisema alikuwa anauza. Why did it? Kama it was clean.
When we attack,
angeendelea nayo kama ilikuwa clean.
Angeendelea nayo.
He could have stopped listening to people. That was.
But he wanted peace, just like he wanted peace during the Gen Z maandamano.
So even why don't you do the right thing?
But that
and nobody will oppose.
That is the right thing.
Do the right
but
thing.
But people are there to criticize everything.
Rwanda built a high class from scratch airport.
From their own money.
From scratch.
From their own money.
It was cheaper. They did not issue the
did they build with their tax?
Title deed.
Walifanya na tax zao.
Listen, it was a PPP partnership.
And what is wrong when we do PPP here?
We, as we were selling out, tulikuwa tunapatiana title deed ya JKIA.
Who said so?
It was in the contract. Did you read the contract?
Yes,
I read.
It
was there.
And there was nothing like that.
Denying, bana. It was there.
Show us, Bwana. Can you produce it there, Bwana?
I will give you the contract.
There's nothing like that.
I will show you where it was stated.
It is just a matter of how many years are you going to take care of this and before we take over. You think it benefit renovating JKIA to that status with our tax? Mutalia hapa mchoke.
Now JKIA is making 5.8 billion. Why can't they build it now?
It's not JKIA making, it is
KQ.
Yeah, KQ. Can you differentiate the two, Bwana?
Yes, they are corporations like KPLC and KQ right now. They are making good money.
Yes.
Why did the president, even they are very able Kenyans who has that money?
Who?
They are very able Kenyans.
Are you one of them so that you can approach?
I'm not a billionaire.
Give us one. Give us one. We will take his name there. Yes.
Equity can finance.
Then he should go and apply.
NCBA can finance.
That's very
our local banks can even finance that construction of JKIA. But because wewe unataka kufanya vitu huko chini ya maji kama shashi ndo upate 104 billion, unataka kuuza kiwanja ya JKIA,
hiyo inaitangwa,
people will always reject.
Hiyo inaitangwa resistance movement.
And continue rejecting.
And that is a bad spirit.
Once you see impunity, call impunity as it is.
And we cannot develop with such poor mentality.
Leave alone these
complaining
government sympathizers.
Chai kimwagika, Ruto amemwaga.
Leave alone these government sympathizers.
Umechelewa kuendea maziwa jikoni, imemwagika manze. Unasema ni hizi gazi za Ruto. Ati ni hizi Ruto gazi za Ruto. Wewe angalia maziwa yako isimwagike na uweke majani haraka. Ikimwagika chai yako unaanza kusema ni Ruto na gazi zake. Wewe acha bwana, complaining everything. Everything Ruto, even on Ruto. Bibi anakuambia usiku you have done nothing, unaanza kusema ni Ruto bana ananipea stress bwana.
Hebu kwanza ongelea kuhusu kilio cha mnyonge. Huko raia wanaenda kubeta alafu mtusi anaitwa mtuse.
Achana. You see now a whole matasi, jina mzuri matasi. Just because mtuse alinini alitoa Kashagwa sasa anawekwa matasi ni mtuse. Complaining. Okay, to the kilio cha mnyonge yangu is very short and I'm talking on behalf of as the chairman of Kenya Gamblers Association. Kenya Young Gamblers Association.
Hizo ndizo kazi mmeachia
my crew here,
watu wa boda, mmeachia vijana.
Can you respect kilio cha mnyonge bwana? Mnyonge anaumia. I have a friend called Kevo anaumia. Avieta inaenda kumbe ni matasi. Matasi ni yeye ameshawekelea nini Corexco tutu. Tunashindwa, mbona Gor Mahia inapigwa na Talanta FC.
Yeye anaekanga over 2.5. Mweke huwa ameweka anda. Sasa hizo matasi yamegojea.
Matasi yani anaenda kusimamia kama kanyanga nyoka timpira hiyo. Kumbe
ajaekelea over 2.5.
Matasi yashawekelea over 2.5, unashangaa over 2.5 itatoka wapi kwa Gor. So the new management of FKF, Akina Mariga and Hassan, can you take full charge? Make sure that those who are doing that,
it belongs to jail.
Hao wenye wanatunyanyasa bwana.
That is stealing.
We are potential investors. We can potentially invest in such risky matters, such risky businesses. Ya kuimagine that ndege itakaa for long.
It's very risky.
That is very risky. Even Jimmy Wanjigi mwambie awekelee. Awezi. A very successful man. Awezi. Sisi tunawekelea our 10 bob, tunagojea ndege ikae mpaka 1.108. Manze inaanguka na 1.8 ishaenda juu. Kumbe ni matasi.
Lezo umegojea 108,000
ati uomoke. Matasi alishaomoka kitambo ametulia. That is very bad. Mariga, hao watu wote wanatunyanyasa in that business.
Mariga amefanya nini?
Siniye vice president. Tafutia njia venye watas go through the law, wapate punishment and ikuwe kielelezo kwa wale wote wanaotusumbua
But calm
sisi
down,
as the investors, young investors in risky matters bwana.
calm down.
We are not going to allow this.
He is going to be arrested.
And if the court is not going to do its work, and the police, and the NIS, and the CDF of this country,
CDF.
yes, Chief of Defense Forces, should be there, so that Matasi does not run away. Maybe he has 2 passports or dual citizenship. Ashikwe. Na kama mtamshika tutamshika akiwa kwa uwanja bro. Tutamshika na tutamunyorosha.
Mob justice
Is
also justice.
Yes. And we are looking for Nick Mwendwa. Nick Mwendwa, sijui mbona jina yako hitaji. We will deal with you. You will produce the rest. Otherwise kilio cha mnyonge. Fellow investors nimewalilia sana, lakini we are going to do something. With the invasion of Ruto in the CS, Ruto is very sharp, and he's going to help in his ministry to arrest anyone
let's
with dual citizenship.
Let's wait up. Najua unataka kusibu your tribesmen and your
Anadini na hii citizen, so atakushika ukiwa na.
That has been our time, guys. Don't forget to watch, subscribe and share, and of course, as usual, chukua kura, channel your own path, and elect the leaders that are going to change for the best and for the better. Adios,
Muchachos. Peace.